Cookin with Brooklyn! Welcome to this week's Cookin with Brooklyn, where we'll be cooking an omelet. Yum, yum, yum. Give me some in my tum-tum-tum. Am I right? Alright, let's get this thing started. Alright, here are the ingredients for this week's delicious and amazing omelet. We have eggs, we have green bell pepper, red onions, and mushroom. This is going to be delish. Right now I am dicing up this pepper, getting it nice and small so we can throw in the omelet. I'm going to chop this red onion. Here's what we did for the green pepper. Not going to chop my fingers off. What's the technique I'm using on this? I've been told I'm really good at chopping vegetables. I've been told I'm one of the best people's witness. I've often been told I have very dainty hands, almost like they're a Chinese woman's. I take that as a compliment because they're known for having delicate and nimble hands. All right, so now we're going to do this mushroom. We don't need the whole thing, so I'm going to cut it once down the side. Oh, this mushroom's going to be delicious. And now we have this, and we're going to dump this in the plate. We're using the knife to scoop it up on, kind of like a dustpan for food. Crack each egg into the bowl. One of the things I like about brown eggs over white eggs, the shells are thicker, so that way it's easier not to get the shell into the yolk. Once you have the eggs broken, I like to take the fork, stick it through each one to make sure I bust it open. Some people like to use a wire whisk to do the mixing. I think a fork works just as fine. We got our eggs, we got our mushrooms, green peppers, onions. All right, if you notice, we've got the stovetop set to medium. Preheating the pan right now. I'm getting ready to add the butter to the pan. That way the omelet won't stick. Take the butter and we stick it on the pan. We got this a little too hot now, so let's move this down to between medium and low. We're just doing this, that way the omelet won't stick. Take this egg and pour it on in. You'll know when it's ready to flip for the first time. Once you see how we have the edges here turning to the lighter shade of yellow. We still have like the solid mustardy yellow through here. We're going to need that to turn, and then we'll flip that over. As you can see now, we have the lighter ring of yellow coming around that. It's starting to bubble in the center, which means it's getting closer to time to flip. Oh, this is getting exciting. I hope you're excited at home. While you're waiting for this to happen, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's free because I love you. Cookin with Brooklyn on So I Decided To on YouTube. I think we're ready to flip. All right, so I mean, this one looks like it's split a little bit. That's okay. That's okay. It's still a beautiful omelet. We are very excited because we're going to take this and start adding the veggies. Now the key to the veggies, I like to sprinkle them in because we're getting ready to flip this omelet and bring it in half. Now we're going to use this spatula. We're going to bring this over. Oh, we still have that little rip. All right, that's what you're going to have to do. Sometimes you have a rip. You have to hold it and let the egg seal again. And that's okay. You're going to have some ripped omelets. You don't have to worry about it. It happens to the best of us. As you see, it happened to me today. I normally have my larger spatula. All right, if you remember last week's episode, I said with the grilled cheese, you can either do it so that it gets darker or lighter, depending on what you like. The key to a great omelet, at least for me, is flipping it. All right, you can hear that sizzle? That sizzle's deliciousness cooking into the omelet. I like to cook mine so it doesn't get too overly cooked. As you can see, some of the ingredients on the inside spilled out when we flip it. That's okay. That's from the rip we had in it. Sometimes omelets rip. So that just goes to show you, once again, if you want to use a larger spatula instead of the one I'm using, it's going to help you out. That's my pro tip as well. You see they're starting to turn the colors out here, which means they're almost done. Slide this onto a plate. Oh, that's going to be a great omelet. And here's another pro tip. If you ever have an omelet that breaks apart too early into it, just scramble those eggs up, keep the ingredients in it. You're still going to have a great, great dish. Let's take a bite. This is going to be great. Oh, it's hot. It's going to be tasty. Mmm, that is good. Woo! Mmm. Mmm. Celebrity Chef Brooklyn has hit you with another delicious dish, this time an omelet. Don't forget you can add whatever you want to your omelets. In the comments, please let me know what you like in your omelets. My go-to is usually spinach, ham, and cheese. But today we wanted to do the vegetarian option. So, let me know what you like. Also, in the comments, let me know what you'd like to see me cook. Also, feel free to let me know about your omelet fails. Anyway, I'd love to talk more. Subscribe to the channel so we can keep chatting. But I'm going to eat this omelet because it is so good. Thank you. Now you've been watching Cookin' with Brooklyn. Cookin' with Brooklyn.